Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you clicked on this reading, this is your timeless reading, which means there may be some messages from your spiritual team or some channeled guidance in this reading for you. I hope that the sound is better than previous readings. I may just need a new microphone, or it just could be the room that I record in, because this microphone always sounds great in my car, but I do my readings indoors. So let me know in the microphone. We can definitely improve that as we continue to do readings. Don't forget to look at the timestamp of this reading, the date it was posted, anything that draws your attention, because all of that may have some channeled guidance in it for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if my energy resonates. Okay, so we have a few cards here. The first two cards that are face up, we have big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. And that was in the reverse position. And then we have Earth, learning how to be human in the world, but not of the world. And then we have Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Okay. So right away with these cards, I'm hearing that whoever is coming to this reading is in the energy of preparing themselves. You are being prepared for the next chapter of your life. And part of that is revealing to you a lot more of what is really happening on this planet than you had originally anticipated. So you may come to this reading feeling like you have always been stuck in your head, stuck in a lot of thought about what might be happening in life, what it could really mean, why we're here, why you're here, why this particular time, why these changes are happening, okay? Because there has been an over association with your ego self, with Earth, okay? There's been an over association with the feeling that our family lineage in this human life is what is most important, or our socioeconomic status. So, you know, race, ethnicity, home country, gender, sexuality, any of those labels, a lot of those things have clouded you from seeing a bigger, from seeing a bigger picture of what your life ultimately is meant to be and where you're being guided by your spiritual team, because there has been a lot of what feels like a lot of blame on self for certain life lessons that you feel like could have been avoided. But what I'm getting from this reading is that, like, all the things that you think could have been avoided, all of the ways that you think you could have been ahead more, or just in a place where you are further along in life, because there is this energy of delay where you're frustrated with the pace of your life. And a lot of that is because you don't have the bigger picture. You don't know that a lot of the roadblocks that have been placed in front of you were timed, and that you are not behind, that you are actually right on schedule, okay? And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the blue flame in the reverse position. This is about spontaneous awakening. And I know this came up in a previous reading, but what's interesting is that it's coming in the reverse position. And so this is also a lack of awareness of your own spiritual awakening. You may feel like you are at crash out levels right now, and you may feel like you're losing control emotionally, but I think that you are missing context. So I hope this reading can give you some of that, and we are going to clarify what some of the lessons are that have come up in this previous period in your life, wherein you were meant to take from the lesson but not apply the lesson to your deeper self and become whatever that outcome is. You were supposed to extract whatever, I'm hearing whatever was blocking you, whatever was the generational curse, whatever was the imbalance. Your goal was to acknowledge whatever it is, find the root, and then essentially pull out the root, right? But instead we became the weed, if that makes sense. And we're being reminded that we are, we're a flower. We're supposed to bloom. We have a lot more to do here. We were never supposed to become the weed, but we have lost our ability to see the bigger picture. Oh, okay. I'm trying to talk really close to the mic, so I may hit the mic. We're going to go ahead and clarify with the Soul Symphony Oracle. Ooh. Okay. A lot. A lot. Let this fly over. Okay. Oh, okay. That's what we're gonna do. This was the last card I saw fly out. The first card, the first two cards are these three right here. Okay. We have Heartstrings, Getaway, Divine Feminine in the reverse position. Okay. So that tells me that whoever is coming to this reading definitely may resonate in their divine masculine, because divine feminine is coming in the reverse position, because this is either an energy you're being awakened to, or this is either an energy that has been a part of your awakening. I'm getting for some of you coming to this reading. Okay, because we have heartstrings and we also have getaway. So something has happened in your recent past that has deeply affected you emotionally, and there's this energy of escape where this may have been an experience that felt like an escape, or it could be something that you have been trying to escape and have been unable to do so. Okay, we have admire in the reverse position, evidence, facade, and jealousy. And then the last card that popped out, yes, this is, okay, I'm adjusting the mic, friends. Bear with me, bear with me. This is absolutely very karmic, okay? You may be seeing the number 8 a lot in your environment. Okay, we have decisions in the reverse position. Okay, so there was definitely a spontaneous awakening that took place that involved either your inner feminine energy or external feminine energies. And I am getting that there may be more than one feminine energy in this equation, because we have mind games here and, string along, playing with feelings. So there is, okay, so one of the issues that I'm getting here is when it comes to learning how to be human in the world but not of it, there have been a lot of emotional disappointments. And this is something that, we are expected to deal with as human beings. It's not because you are like just, you have like the worst luck in the world, right? It's because you came here as a consciousness, as a piece of consciousness, as a soul to ascend, right? and we're down here in the 3D, and you're going to ascend consciously upward. And so part of that is going through karmic lessons, okay? And you have had karmic family members, karmic relationships, karmic friends, and experiences that have really done a number, okay, on you emotionally. And your greatest defense had always been escape from what these things are, because you've intuitively known that there has been something very different about you, that you never really felt like you fully fit into the fabric of the 3D universe. And that's because you are in this world, but you are not of this world, right? Whoever's coming to this reading, you're definitely a higher level soul with mission work to do here, service work, whether that is through your feminine or your masculine energy. I mean, really, it's all going to be involved, right? But we've lost the ability to see the bigger picture, okay? Because there has been some evidence of a false sense of self, a false sense of going through this human experience, okay? There also may have been, poor choices. We have law enforcement, temptation, criminal history. You may have made some poor choices, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you had criminal poor choices, or you also could have, but this is a product of missing the bigger picture, of losing the plot, of forgetting the fact that your human experience wasn't supposed to be all of your life, right? Because we have Earth School, soul growth study. It was for the purpose for your soul to grow, but we got really comfortable in the facade that this was who we really were, right? And so then we got stuck in this pattern of jealousy and of a lack of decision making, okay? We became jealous of people who we saw moving forward, jealous of people who we saw embracing new versions of themselves, jealous of people who we saw, working on themselves, and frustrated with, seeing people make decisions for themselves and feeling like you weren't doing the same thing, right? And kept going back to this energy of escape, back to this energy of putting up facades, putting on airs, okay, to make it seem like you were moving forward like others, but there was too much evidence internally, okay, that you weren't actually doing that. Because we have admire in the reverse position, where you feel like once you spent this last period of time escaping, and also lacking emotional honesty, because we do have mind games taking advantage, right? So you may have not been honest with yourself emotionally, so therefore you're not being honest with others emotionally, and you may have harmed people emotionally in the process, whether that's family, romantically, anyone that you had who had emotional expectations of you, right? You may have spent a lot of time letting those individuals down, and those are elements of self that you don't admire, right? And so that is also what is keeping you in this energy where you feel like you can't make a decision. But I keep going back to this divine feminine energy, because I do feel like whoever is coming to this reading is going through, a version of an ego death, right? Because there's strong masculine energy coming through, where there is, your feminine energy is definitely being activated, right? Because it is coming with this blue flame in reverse. Okay, it's coming with this energy of being in this spiritual awakening, but not being aware that you're going through this spiritual awakening. But then at the same time, there's also this energy of holding a lot of masculine energy. So being unsure of how to integrate your feminine side, as well as, potentially being connected to a divine feminine energy that is a part of this catalytic moment for you, where you are going to start opening up your vision to the bigger picture. And that's another reason why I keep coming back to masculine energy, because this has a lot to do with your vision, which is very high level divine masculine. When you think about high level divine masculine traits, you think about honor, valor, protection. You think about honesty, responsibility, presence, patience, okay? You can also think about some of the, shadowier sides, or the sides that are more dark masculine, like calculation, or what's the word I'm looking for? Strategy, like a strategist. You know, dark masculine energy isn't always negative. It's just covert, right? There are those things, right? That energy is coming through here, but that I keep going back to like losing the bigger picture. We lost the plot with that energy. If you notice on this picture, okay, when it's in the reverse position, you see the earth plane. When it's in the upright position, you see the spirit realm, right? So you lost the plot that you are a soul in a human vessel who had a deeper plan. That is what I'm saying to you, okay? This is so brilliant, okay? This is so brilliant. I love this image because that's truly what it is. And you're being reminded of your soul mission. And that goes back to that divine feminine energy. So let's go ahead and clarify with tarot. Okay, with heartstrings, we have 7 of Pentacles. So you know, you have done some work on becoming more emotionally honest with yourself. I will give you that. With the 7 of Pentacles, you know, whoever's coming to this reading, you've done some work on being more emotionally honest with yourself. But I do think with Pentacles, this is like Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. This is the physical world. I think it's time to put some of that emotional honesty in practice, okay, with the 7 of Pentacles. There's an expansion in that, okay, with Getaway. We have 5 of Pentacles in the reverse position, so you also may be going through some sort of financial recovery. There's recovery energy here when it comes to run away, escape, or go on vacation. So you may also need like a rest period or like a little getaway, a little vacation, but there is this energy of recovery because you may just need to step away from your current physical environment so you can come back to that refreshed, because I do, with the 7 of Pentacles, see you continuing to do this heart space work, and with the Pentacles starting to turn it outward with people in your life and expanding, okay? But you do need a period of recalibration, okay? So don't be afraid to take that recovery period. With Divine Feminine reverse, we have the King of Swords. Okay, wow. So I literally was saying this entire time that this is a masculine coming to this reading. And for the Divine Feminine reverse, we got the King of Swords. Exactly that. You're coming to this reading in masculine energy, whether you identify that or not, and your divine masculine energy is activated. The dragonfly, okay, through your spiritual enlightenment right now, air energy, your consciousness is expanding, you are thinking differently, okay, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, you are evolving, okay, internally, mentally, you're evolving in your space of relationships, and that's expanding, okay, the kind of partnership you want to have with that Gemini energy, okay. Admire in the reverse position. We got a Queen of Swords in reverse. Stop. Okay, so we got the King and the Queen. Okay. The King is coming with the Divine Feminine energy in reverse. The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, excuse me, and Admire in reverse. Okay, so in this period that you've been in, you have, and this goes back to me feeling like I felt multiple feminine energies as well in this reading, even though I felt like the person coming to this reading would identify as a masculine. There have been multiple feminine energies around you. And one thing that you have realized is you struggle to admire like feminine energy that communicates poorly, because the Queen of Swords in reverse is she's not happy. She's not happy. She might be cussing you out. She may just have like a lower consciousness, so she communicates from that level, okay? And so this may be something that you inherited. It could be, you know, a mother wound. It could just be the feminine energies that have been around you that you've marinated in, but there is this acknowledgement that you don't admire those traits, okay? And so you don't admire them within yourself when you see them in yourself, and you don't admire them projected outward, and the feminines that are around you, right? That are a projection of what your inner world has been, right? Okay, with evidence, we have, wow, this is crazy because, wow, okay. The Seven of Swords can sometimes be the thief of the deck. You can see the two foxes too on the back of his jacket. When the Seven of Swords is coming in the reverse position like it is in this reading, you know, someone, sometimes it's a thief, sometimes it's someone being strategic, withholding information, hiding things, whatever, evidence, whatever it is that you're hiding, you'll be coming clean. Okay, Hillary Duff, come clean. Let the rain fall down. Okay, but there's good energy with it. 7-7. This is spiritual, okay? This is spiritual release. This coming clean. It's not about, and that's why it's coming with evidence. This is not about the court of life. This is not about the criminal justice system. This is not about this is not about earthly proceedings. This is earth school. You coming clean in this way, whether it's emotionally, mentally, energetically, coming clean with your environment, meaning like I can't be around certain things, so I no longer am going to be in those things. I'm not going to talk to these people. I'm not going to participate in this way. Actually listening to your intuition. This is about your spiritual development. This coming clean is for earth school, okay? Not for the criminal justice system, not for someone to, reject you or to accept you. It's about your soul, okay? Addressing this karmic lesson so you can move forward. Exactly. Ace of Pentacles, okay, coming over facade. The abundance will open up once you stop faking it. Okay? The abundance will open up once you stop faking it. Real life, tangible, earth energy abundance will open up once you stop faking your life. Okay, jealousy in the reverse position. Jealousy upright, the Emperor, more masculine energy. Shout out to the masculines coming to this reading. I'm proud of you. As you can see, there probably aren't many of you sitting here. I'm very proud of you for making it this far, because everything that you've done up until this point has been very hard. There is a deep understanding for how you lost the bigger picture, okay? Okay, there is that deep understanding, but with this Aries energy, Emperor energy, coming with jealousy upright, there's just no excuse anymore for you not to be the divine masculine that you're meant to be. There's just none, okay? That's who you were meant to be. It's time to become. And your jealousy is being addressed in this moment by your spiritual team. And they're saying that, like, you projecting outward is not going to bring you into your divine masculine energy. So that's clipped. Cut that. Okay. Decisions in the reverse position with 9 of Wands, reluctance. Oh my gosh. Okay, 9 of Wands in the reverse position is absolutely reluctance. Resistance. Okay. And we have to release reluctance about making decisions and just start making them. Just make them. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have children in the reverse position. So this is a maturing. Okay. This is an emotional maturing period for you. Okay, with the 6 of Wands, because you have felt like for a really long time that your victory in life, okay, because when we look at that 6 of Wands, we see a dice, we see some coins, okay, in her hand. You have felt like your victory has been pushed off. And it's only because you needed to emotionally mature. And you needed to emotionally mature so that you can be in the correct energy to embrace it and not fumble it, okay? And you're doing amazing, sweetie. All right, thank you for coming to this reading. Please give it a thumbs up if it resonated with you. To the divine masculines coming to this reading, share it with a divine masculine, or don't. You know what I mean? Because a lot of other masculine energies are haters. So know this is a safe space for you. We're going to keep it real, but it will be safe. All right. Thank you for coming to this reading, and I will see you in the next one.